we gather, weapons drawn and hearts of fire, dice in hand, our fates undone. A quest of legends has begun. Echoes in the dungeon deep, dragons stir from ancient sleep. Water shout burst through the night. Together face our fear and fight. Roll the dice, destiny call. Heroes rise, no time for stalling. Through the loss we carry on. In the end we fight as one. Treasure lost to carry on. In the end we fight as one. Treasure lost to fallen friends. Memories that never end. Sorrow's cut, but courage bleeds. Victory through our darkest needs. Echo chants and wizard's might. Ashes gleaming in the light. Tears and laughs and silent screams. Living through our endless dreams. Roll the dice, destiny calling. Heroes rise, no time for stalling. Through the loss we carry on. In the end we fight as one. Roll the dice, destiny calling. Heroes rise, no time for stalling. Through the loss we carry on. In the end we fight as one.
Welcome to the dungeon. Here we are. We made it. How are you guys?
Great.
Yeah, you had a long day on Justinian. You were like skidding into home base as we started there. I understand. You know, especially for folks like yourself and an Axamander who are in the type of roles that you're in. There are some people trying to get in those last minute things, and I can't imagine what that's like because I don't have to deal with it.
Oh, in my industry, there's different connection types for pipe, and a U.S. factory got in a whole slew of stuff that is all British pipe thread, and so they needed converters to go from British pipe thread to American standard, and they needed them today. So I've been driving a lot.
You heard it here first, folks. He lays pipe for a living.
And I sell it too.
In all conversions.
That's how we did so well at Midland Mall. He's selling pipe.
So I don't know if you guys saw this before we started or not, but huge shout out to Erica for my meet and greet session with Mr. Mick Foley himself this weekend.
Ooh.
To Jeff, have a nice day. Mick Foley right there.
So here's the interesting thing. So I'm not a wrestling fan. I think I was during the heyday of wrestling to me, which is your Hulk Hogan's, Andre the Giant's. You know, I enjoyed that era. Tone has a name for that era. I can't remember what it was, but it was like the gimmick era or something because everybody had a shtick.
Yeah, the gimmick era, the Rock and Wrestling connection is also a good one for Hogan
Yeah.
and Andre. Yep.
Because I mean, you had Undertaker and Jake the Snake, and
Yeah.
but like so I was recently watching. Well, I like to have like hot ones on during the day when I'm working if they got new ones on, and I watched one with Stone Cold on there, right? Because that was another era there, and all they could talk about was how much everyone loves Mick Foley. And then I mentioned something to Tone, and they're like, no, really, in the industry, he's like the most loved wrestler of all times. Not from
trust. Oh, go ahead.
Not from a fan base side, but just like as a genuine human being.
Yeah, as a human being, he's great. And if he is not on a person's Mount Rushmore of wrestling, like if they name their top 4 wrestlers and he's not on it, I don't completely trust that person.
That's fair. That's the kind of stuff I hear about him. Because he was Mankind, right? So he had a bit at one time. See, I'm learning as I hang out with everyone that I'm around as a wrestling fan. I think it's so corny. It's just not for me. But I enjoy repeating the bits that these folks do. And what was it I had on this weekend? I think it was Hobbs and Shaw. And like The Rock goes back and like Roman Reigns is one of his brothers.
Yeah.
And because I recognize the wrestlers, right?
Right.
But I still need to finish this story. Anyways. Yeah. So there's that. We've got Christmas stuff. We are with you next week. On the 16th, we'll be here, but then we're going to take 2 weeks off. We'll be back with you on January 6th. Justin didn't hear that because we just talked about it right when he got on. I don't have to travel on the 6th anymore, so we only have a 2-week break instead of the 3-week break.
I'm so glad it's only a 2-week break.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to have that, but that's how life was working for me, unfortunately. So that's all fixed. I hope everyone's getting everything ready for Christmas. I hope it doesn't snow anywhere in the world. So there's that. Marsden, what do you got going on? You're prepping for skiing now, right? Like you went from camping, now it's skiing.
I've already skied a couple times.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Like really hardcore cross-country skiing. And then we have Gwen.
Nope. No cross-country. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Hi, Josh.
Don't want to hear it.
And then Gwenton is getting all the gifts for his 2 puppers. So they have an exciting Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's Yosh.
You're clearing just in time.
My dog knows when it's Christmas. Leia loves Christmas. She knows what it's all about. She has her own advent calendar. She knows what that's about. Like, she knows. It's the weirdest thing. Because, like, I could set out 15 presents, right? And she can find which ones are hers. I don't know how they sniff, like, through the outside covering, through a box, you know.
They just know.
They just know. Santa drops off stuff in her stocking. So she loves Christmas, and she actually really loves snow. The first time I was like, she's not going to like snow. And she got out there, and she just loves snow. But I hope she doesn't get to experience it this year because snow is awful. But
Snow is great. It's a good ski.
Nope, I had to deal with what Quentin had to deal with.
oh yeah, because you went up to Cleveland.
I went
right?
up to Cleveland
Yeah.
for the on Thursday, and it was like sunny and 50 degrees down here. And right before I hit Cleveland, you couldn't even see because it was snowing so bad. And the fact that the snow, I was like, why is my car so damn dirty? The snow coming out of the sky was dirty.
Well, it's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland, yeah. There's nothing clean in Cleveland.
I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, got back yesterday and I'm like, I have to take my car to go get washed because of all the nasty crap that is now accumulated on my car.
And it's
I'm
funny
kind of
you
glad
say
it rained a little bit last night because it was bad.
It's funny that you say that too, because my wife and my middle child just went up to visit her college that's in that area. It was by a special invite, all this stuff, and like it was the nasty stuff. But when they got back, the car was freaking look awful. So it's just in the air up there. So that's why they call them the Browns. Oh, Cleveland sucks this time of year. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, isn't it all the time of year? I don't go up that way often. Yeah. Wombat had the best. Like nothing like driving many hours in horrible weather just to say, "Oops, we canceled."
So the drive up wasn't bad. When I got about an hour from no, bless you.
Thank you.
It got shitty. We're all driving, and I look at my rearview mirror just in time to see the vehicle go just off into the ditch. Okay, just keep going slow. Bless you.
Thank you.
That's I don't understand. It's like because even the driving got worse. I'm like, we live in Ohio. How do you people not know how to drive in this?
Makes no sense. And my friend Contango, he just was up in Chicago. Now this is a very southern person. He likes his warm weather, and he's like, "Does the wind ever stop blowing in Chicago?" I'm like, "No, never. It's just a constant breeze." That's why they call it the Windy City. Yeah, like it's freaking cold, and when the snow's there, it's worse. So he was happy to be home recently. So a lot going on. So Anaximander should be with us. He said he was running behind, so that usually means we'll see him at 9.
Last time it was like 9:35.
Right. So if you're tuned in live right now, Anaximander, if it's going to be like 9:30, just don't jump in. So, because it's almost the end. So you can just text me what you want to say or do. The drivers in Chicago don't help. That's true, Faya. I lived there for a while, for a few years, and it taught me a lot about driving. And the thing is when you're around that kind of driving constantly for a few years, and then you come to somewhere like Ohio, you're the aggressive butthole. But I get where I'm going. So I get it. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Wednesday we'll be playing. Oh, this Wednesday, I think we're going to do our winter Call of the Wild hunting game. So we want to keep that up. We did turkey hunting for Thanksgiving a couple weeks ago. This time we're going to go reindeer hunting. Because of Christmas. So
is there a mod for like them to have red noses?
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be.
Is this just like we put on trying to find a moody map? I don't know, maybe somewhere in like Washington State where it rains a lot and hunt deer?
I mean, maybe. For your homework for everybody, you need to go watch reindeer games and then you'll be fine. Anyways,
never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't. Ben Affleck. Faya, drive like you're going to kill somebody or somebody. Yeah, that's right. Like, just go. I'm a very impatient driver. But yeah, so we'll have that coming up this Wednesday. We'll do that. There's no B&B proper this week. There will be a Let's Set the Tone on Friday. He's going to have Crash on, who is a Star Wars super nerd. So that should be an interesting conversation between the two, especially since I think Crash is an at nerd, which just makes us want to smack him anyways. So
wait, do you nerd out for ats?
Well, I'm just saying he's the type that calls them ats instead of their proper name.
Oh, instead of AT-AT. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So he's a troll among trolls.
Yes, right. In one of the world's most toxic fan bases.
Ats are the ones that look like the chicken, right?
I will kill you.
Those are ATSTs, you child.
Yeah. or chicken walkers if you want to
Can,
use their
can
slang
we
name.
kick him from the stream and get an adult in his spot?
I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah. Oh, there's any 2424, and he's doing the at with 2 symbols. So that's
Oh,
he knows that grinds my gear. Everyone does, but and what's funny is when Star Wars Battlefront came out, being one of the first like fully voiced games like that, they actually called it both things. And that game is considered canon. They actually wrote books about it and everything else.
Haha. It's canon. It's official.
It's on both. They say it both.
Yeah.
Yep.
wait,
You
is
can't
this
get
the
mad.
Disney property that they did that in?
Yep.
Wow. I'm so glad they buy fandoms and then show such respect to them.
I know.
They don't care as long as people keep spending money.
Yeah. I just all I say is for those of you that call it at, that means you have to call the 2-legged one so that you sound equally stupid.
That's
Yeah. It's the vernacular on that actually kind of hurts because it's very sudden. It's that like it feels like you're choking on something. So choke on your words.
You're choking on an at.
Cause the end. Yeah. Jar Jar ruined everything. I mean, from a film perspective.
Okay. Now, come on now. Like, Jar Jar is to that generation, the Carlson generation, what Ewoks were to us. Like,
No.
I didn't like the Ewoks either.
No.
I forgot you were born a grumpy old man.
Yes, I was.
My bad. Jesus.
Ewoks did not go to the Senate and like vote to give Chancellor Palpatine full powers. Jar Jar did. Whole different thing.
Jar Jar's the best character in the Star Wars universe.
You are definitely dying tonight. Like there's just going to be a random piece of a building that's going to. Anyways, that is for a Wednesday night rant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without further ado, let's get into the dungeon.
When the cast gets turned into puppets for an episode, it's another good indication.
Right.
Oh, my
Is that
bad.
an Angel reference?
Yes, it was.
All right, let's Nope, I can't handle that. All right.
I have no spell slots.
Because we just got done fighting.
Last week, the party discovered that Kandor's Keep was under assault. Battling their way to the southwest part of town, they encountered Athan, who was here to destroy Kandor's Keep and them within it. Thinking all was lost, appearing above them was Drisella and some of her mages from the academy. After a valiant fight, Drisella ended Athan and left in despair. The party standing outside in the snow, now dealing with a now silent city outside of the sound of burning fires around that are being addressed, is where we rejoin the party. What would you like to do?
I would
Is
like to go.
there-
Oh, go ahead.
Um, is there anything left of Ethan?
No, like there may be some charred sections of him personally that could be found with enough investigation, but whatever she did to him was pretty final.
Okay.
Of him himself. There are some things on the ground.
Okay. Go ahead,
Yep,
Justine.
that's what I was going to do. Is I was going to go look at the charred remains and the things that fell out of the sky when he smoldered, and I would like to cut whatever little piece of cloth or whatever's off of his robes.
Oh, there's none of that. All that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll just look at the things that are there.
Okay. On the ground, you see a bag and a gnarled wooden staff with a hole on the top. Inside of that staff is a gem that just glows slightly.
Okay. Marcelin,
Yes.
there is a staff over here, and I can only identify so much.
I'm gonna
There's
come over and
bag.
take a look at the staff.
Okay.
Do I get any weird voodoo vibes from it?
Just
I
naturally,
think
you
it's
just naturally get weird voodoo vibes. Okay. No, I mean, without anything going, you see a staff on the ground with a crystal in it.
Okay.
And
I'm
a
gonna
bag.
cautiously. I'm gonna cautiously touch the staff and see if I stay on this plane.
Okay. How are you touching it? Are you grabbing it? Or are you just putting a finger on it?
I'm gonna kick it, or not kick it, like touch it with my toe.
Okay. You just touch it with your toe.
Okay. I don't poof or anything.
Nope.
Everybody's still around me. Okay.
Yep.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. As he picks it up, you see his flesh begin to turn, starting looking like Ethan's. His hood comes no. And roll for initiative.
Oh, funny guy.
I was not joking.
That part wasn't a joke.
Okay, you picked it up.
Okay. I'm gonna take the bag and peer inside.
It's like a black hole inside.
Dump
Okay.
it out.
Does it appear to be a bag of holding?
Oh yeah, you've seen this.
Yeah,
many
turn it
times.
inside out, buddy.
Okay. I'll dump it.
Okay. You hear, of course, there's snow everywhere. You hear the sound of crashing as piles of money just pour out of the bag.
Oh God.
Just and like there's enough that it rolls off the side into the snow. An amulet carved from obsidian and shaped like a skull kind of tumbles off to the side. You see a candle roll out. You see some cloth wrappings kind of roll out and roll over to the side. And it's just like, it's one of those things you're holding it and it's just the money keeps coming. And then finally it just stops.
I stand there stunned for a second.
I'm going to reach down and grab the wraps and cast Identify as a ritual through my book.
Okay.
Marvin, why didn't you wait till we were back at the house to do that?
Didn't expect this.
Okay, that's going to take 10 minutes. So,
Yep. Unless you guys want me to load it up in the bag and we can take it all back home.
Might as well do this back at home when makes me feel a little uneasy having the entire contents of uh, a powerful
Okay,
being
as he's
in the
talking
middle of
still,
this
because he talks
street.
too much, I just fold the bag back in on itself and start shoveling.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get everything back in as well.
I'm still holding the bag, so I'll hold it up for you guys.
Okay. Someone roll a D100 with advantage for getting all the coins back in the bag.
There's what? What?
Because
But
they
what did
rolled
you
off
expect?
they rolled off into the snow.
Right, yeah.
It is currently snowing.
Do you want to roll one, Quentin, and I'll roll the other since we're doing this together?
Sure.
All right.
I got a 94.
Oh, that didn't come up. Let me.
I got a
refresh.
70. And yes, you did get a 94. I saw it.
It almost was a 14.
I just have to.
Subtract 6%.
No, I just had to redo the thing. Yeah. All right. So you get it all. Shove it back in there. I'm not gonna subtract an amount. That was a good roll. Okay.
All right.
Everything, and this takes you a while.
Also, the skull.
I'm gonna, while they're doing this, I'm walking back to the gate since it's not that far.
Yep.
Just to see what the automations are actually doing. Have they all like shut down, or are they still?
The ones that you can see, like, have shut down, and it looks like the guards are just slaughtering them as they're there. Like, they're not accepting that they're just shut down. They are dismantling them.
Okay.
Bishop, do you need any of these for parts?
Wrong model.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he wants one of the scissor hands. Those things are devastating. I hate getting hit by them.
Well, scissor hands would mean he could potentially kill, and he doesn't kill. Remember?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even be near you guys to hear what you're talking about.
No, you wouldn't be. Unless your hearing got super good.
That he needs an auditory upgrade?
Good little antenna.
All right, so once we get everything collected, start heading towards the house.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
No, I'll head towards house too, so we can check on all the inhabitants.
Okay. Okay. As you're walking through the streets of Candor's Keep, of course, there's dead residents around, people crying, broken machines. Those are all being dismantled. Generally, the guard is helping everyone get things organized, restoring order to the city itself. You do run into someone who works for the city that's got a large cart being pulled by a horse. They're throwing the machines into the back to be disposed of, getting things cleaned up. Marsden specifically, you see a lot of the mages from the academy going around and like using mending to repair buildings and structures, making sure like some of the bigger structures are structurally sound again, at least for a while. So you go through this and make your way. Takes you a while to get up there. Outside of your home yourself, a lot of the area up there in the northern part, since it's near the Beggar's Market and things, they haven't really got to this section yet. They were really focused on getting the West Shards cleaned up and the other areas of town. So this one hasn't been touched as much, but right outside your home, you see one of the Altoma warriors, and it's just kind of kneeled down, and its head is just stuck in a loop of like raising its head up, and then it drops down, raising its head up, and it drops down.
Eldritch
Um,
Blast?
If that's
From-
what you want to do.
Wait, what did you say, Jeff?
We have to
Even
deal with that first.
sarcastically saying Eldritch
Oh.
Blast.
So you're not actually doing that?
No, I am not
Okay.
actually Eldritch
Uh,
Blasting.
I will step up to it.
Okay, Marsden, what were you doing as well?
I was gonna say, if do I know enough from having worked on Bishop to know how to disable this?
I mean,
This thing.
it's pretty disabled. It seems like just something like some kind of energy's keeping the gears going.
I mean, like, yeah, fully.
Yeah,
power it down.
you could spend time to fully power it down. Absolutely.
Or are you gonna do
Unit-
Bishop?
Yeah.
Unit designation B1115H0P. What is your current commands?
And it says nothing.
Okay. Since I know how to do, I mean, I've studied that book.
Yeah,
for
especially
a couple
between
of-
you and Marsland together. Like,
I'll open up his chest cavity and crush whatever's been powering it.
okay. Marsden, you see Bishop just kind of open it up and reach inside, and you just hear, and the head goes.
All the intricate gears and mechanisms. You just destroy. I guess it's better dead.
And it's still just like standing in that prone position on the street, but it's now there's no movement.
And I'll walk into the house.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You walk in. Everyone's fine. You can see a few city residents that are in there. They're just kind of huddled around in the main floor there. Your kitchen aide comes out and is serving them drinks and making sure everybody's taken care of. Some of them have kids with them, as they're just rattled. They are a little shocked when you walk in, though, Bishop, because association.
Get out of my house. No, I'll stay out of the way.
The threat has subsided. You are more than welcome to stay, food, beverage, but it should be safe to return to your homes.
They nod at you. They're just rattled.
Should we go to the library to go through the bag?
That works
is
for me.
Probably best.
Okay.
So, yep.
So you all step around everyone and go into the library. Once everyone's inside, you just close the doors behind you.
There a chest in the library we can dump the money into.
Or a table, just.
I mean, there's definitely well, you can look at the pictures I sent. You can see
Right.
what's in there.
Is there a bank?
If you want to build one on your bastion turn.
Yeah. Wait, what pictures did you send?
The bastion pictures, the pictures of the house.
This was
Oh,
yeah.
Like the updated ones.
I thought you meant pictures of the money.
Okay.
I was confused.
Right.
If you put the items down in front of me, I can quickly cast Identify.
How many items total are there to identify?
3.
Okay. I will let him go through that.
So you're just dumping it all out. Well, there's 4.
No, I heard you
I-
say the wraps, the candle, and the jewel, or the
And then the staff.
Skull.
And the
oh,
staff.
and the
Staff in the skull. I imagine since we know they're in there, we could just pull those 4 things out.
You can, yeah, because you actually know what's in there now.
And we'll get the money out later.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you arrange those stuff on the table while he's casting that. Anybody doing anything or just waiting?
Well, I mean, if you guys want to just pull out, we know there's gold. I'm sure there was silver. You guys put all this stuff back in there. Just
Pull out one thing at a time.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're doing that, this is what you pull out. Got your pen and paper ready?
I got it.
Okay. The Bank of
500
Bishop. guys.
First, we'll start small and go to big. 5 electrum. 3,149 copper pieces.
I'm sorry, 3,149.
3149.
3149. Yep.
That was gonna be gold pieces.
4,531 silver pieces. 2,147 gold pieces. And 520 platinum pieces.
Tim never gives us anything.
Never.
God damn.
All right.
Can we pay the house off?
You're pretty much that's taken care of via Quentin, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the first item. I'm gonna just be slowly sending these over to you.
I would say let's put everything back in, and then we can go to a bank at a later time. And
Is there a
Maybe.
bank? What?
Yeah.
there's a bank in the city.
Have we ever been to a bank?
I have.
Quentin has been to the bank since I've been here. He literally
get-
said, I need to go convert these pieces over to gold to make them manageable.
Do we get
Yeah.
interest? Have a high yield savings account?
It's
He's
No.
so pushing for a rock to fall out of the sky.
what is this random book that's floating over to
His
Mars?
next meteor store spell actually kills him.
Can we create a light unsparker coin?
Is it? I mean, are you sure like a meme coin? A meme Bitcoin?
Let me know if none of these show up for you. They
They're
show-
coming up.
Okay, good.
I have 3 of them so far.
I got one more here.
Anything good?
Nope.
Darn.
Gave you enough.
Holy crap.
Yep.
I can't see
The second one.
the second one.
Yep. That's what I was concerned about. I got more on that one. Hold on. Actually, no. We'll keep the second part. It's just a fun little thing.
Wait, sorry, what? No.
The first time we use it, we'll know what it is.
There you go.
Sorry, I am reading. There's so much stuff that he just sent.
Also, I'm gonna be looking at this Electrum that I've never seen in my entire life. 'cause it doesn't-
Yeah, why are we using Electrum?
It's worth a silver and a half.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you
Makes
were
a
opposed
great-
to using it.
I am. I did it as a bit.
Conductor.
Well, there's that, right? Like it is a good conductor, so Bren can use it if she wants. It's the most asinine money item in all of D&D.
It's the $2 bill.
Yeah.
I like $2 bills though.
I have a lot of them
I have like
because
4.
it's Christmas every freaking year. Somebody's like, "Here's your $2 bill."
Went and got these from the bank yesterday.
Yep.
Marston's like, there's so much here.
I'm trying to understand this candle. The wording on it is quite
Yes, it is.
odd.
Do you
Well,
need
look-
me to cast Identify on it, Marceline, to
Well,
figure it out?
Look who it came
Oh,
from.
I got it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Right. Well, first things first. This is coming to me. This staff seems quite powerful. I think it holds various spells inside of it that can be cast using the staff's magical energy. If nobody opposes it, I think it probably makes the most sense that I hold on to this one.
As long as you promise not to put fly into it.
I don't know if I can change the spells, and I'm not picking up on fly.
Is it levitate?
Maybe. The next thing that I'm seeing here is this candle is quite special indeed. When you magically light this, first, the candle can burn for precisely 4 hours, no more, not a minute less. While this candle is burning, as long as you are standing in the light of the candle, you have advantage on any D20 test. Is that just a saving
Just any
throw or like a
it could
D20
be,
roll.
it could
Any
be an
D20
ability
roll?
check or whatever. It's a new terminology.
Also, if you look over at Gwynton, clerics or druids, you can cast spells for free while standing in the light of this candle. That could come in handy.
I just see him like putting the candle on his helmet.
Right.
Heal.
Melt the bottom of it real quick, just enough to
Yeah.
get us sticky going.
These wraps, simple but effective. While you wear these, you get a bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls made with unarmed strikes. Bishop, I wonder if these might be good for you.
I will start wrapping my wrists with them.
Marceline, is there a name associated with this sort of weapon? With these wraps?
Let me focus.
Scroll.
Wraps of unarmed power. I'll send the links over in a second. What rarity are these?
+1.
+1. Okay. Oh, you wrote that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I have to go to a different window.
Look the window.
What? Yeah.
You
Why do you have to
Let
go
me
to
go
the
to the window of my mind.
He just goes over to the window and stares
Right.
out.
There's
You
out.
would. And he just puts the last item in a pocket and says, "We're not going to deal with that one."
Right.
We're done here. This one isn't magical. Oh, this skull is quite interesting indeed. While you wear this, you can expend one of its 6 charges to teleport yourself anywhere you're familiar with 100 feet away.
It's called Neculus.
What was that?
Is this called Neculus?
It is an amulet of the Black Skull.
Okay. Sorry, I just remember being a black skull. I'm like, how do you wear a black skull?
You put it over your head and look like a badass. I am not terribly partial to whoever wants this one. Be careful though, if it has a chance to break anytime you use it.
Wait, so weird effect, teleportation. An Axamander will take it.
Okay.
I don't know if he would take it or not, but
Why not? Our last two party members were really into doing weird stuff, including teleporting to planes. And Annex seems to have a knack for it too, so.
I mean, an X-Mender doesn't have anything really. That's what he came here with.
Right. Yeah, I'm fine with an Axemander having it. You guys?
I
To
have
help
no
him get
issue
fight
with it.
faster.
yeah,
It-
I'll
to help. That is fine by
Uses
me.
it once and it breaks.
I'll add that to his inventory.
Okay.
That it does leave me with this staff that I have here. I don't really have a need to carry two staffs around. That seems impractical.
What did that one do?
This
Marcel?
is a sun staff.
Or is that the
Um,
one you have your light spell on?
It can cast light, but I have light too.
Does it do anything else besides cast light?
It also gives you a +1 to your ability to hit if you decide to choose melee combat with it. But I don't know if you happen to notice in battle, enemies tend to look at me and I fall down, so I try not to get into melee range.
We can always sell it.
That was going to be my next suggestion.
So, Ethan has been surprisingly taken care of. And we have put 2 of the 3 pillars back to sleep. And I seem to be missing part of my blade. Where do we go from here?
Well, now that we know that Drisella has not exactly been truthful with who she really is, that is another topic we need to bring up. She is Cora Shadowspark.
I do think we need to pay her a visit and discuss that.
I believe your piece of the echo is something we will have to investigate. If he was from the fire plane, then he probably sent it back to the fire plane. But as we don't know where any of the objects technically are that are in the other planes, we will need help.
Ferondus knew where the pieces of the blade are. Perhaps when I sleep tonight, I will try to commune with him again and see if he can give us a hint as to the last piece of the blade's location, like he did last time. Do we want to rest before we go to the academy? I am severely drained in my abilities.
About what time is it? Like midday?
Yeah, because you went there first thing in the morning that
Or they got
day.
attacked?
Mhm.
If you need a rest, you can. I'm gonna head to church and see if I can help with any healing of citizens or anyone hurt.
I will go with you, an Axemander says.
I'll go as
Where did you say
well.
you're going?
The church.
To the church. Yeah. I shall accompany you as well and try to help as many people as may need it.
I'm sure everyone would be thankful for anything that can happen.
I'm going to hold back and switch my attunement to this new staff, but after I'll come out and help.
That's not a problem, Marsland.
Okay. Justinian,
Yes,
what are you going to do?
I am going to go to my room
Okay.
and I am going to attempt to contact Ferondis.
Okay. All right. So Marsland, you're going to your room. Justine's going to your room.
Isn't he in his room? Were we in the
Nah.
library?
Were we in the library? Yeah.
That's not technically his room.
I know.
But all right. The rest of you are heading out, and we'll say you spend the rest of the next couple hours, helping out there, healing folks up, doing that kind of thing, and then you're heading back home.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Marsland, you're tuning. Justinian, you're just contacting Ferondis.
Yep, and then short rest.
Okay.
Yep.
So you focus on Ferondis, calling out to him. You can feel one of the vines in your room kind of wrap around your ankle as the room darkens and Ferondis appears again.
Yes, my child. How might I help you today?
I am afraid that I have lost a piece of the blade. Ifitar killed many people, and I am afraid more would have died if I hadn't have intervened.
A deal broken. How might I help with this situation?
The last time you were able to tell me where the two shards were, and at least give me a direction to go, and I am hoping that you can point me in the right way again.
Knowing this information, I can't sense this last piece. This creature was born of fire. Might have hit it beyond my reach, which can only be exactly where you're thinking.
I have to start being more careful about my dealings. Everything that the group and I have touched doesn't quite turn out right. And I don't feel like I've been serving well as your champion. I think it is time for me to focus more on my promise to you and less on what others think of my charge.
What deals do you have left that you are beholden to?
None. My last deal was with Ifitar that was unamended, and I stepped outside of that deal to protect innocent lives.
But you do have another deal.
I do.
Your deal with me.
I
Isn't
don't
that why
feel
you seek my blade? Isn't that why I send you power?
I don't think of my promise to you so much as a deal as I've come to seeing what is happening with the avatars and with the silence of the gods. I feel it's more of a charge than a deal that you and I have struck. I am grateful for your power, and I try to wield it in a worthy way. But Ifitar, Frost, even the Academy, those felt like deals. That felt like a means to an end. The responsibility and the powers that you've granted to me feel like a blessing.
Not all deals are bad.
Agreed.
What will you do when another appears before you again?
I don't know. It depends on whether or not it aligns with my values. I really wish that, even though I don't think I would have been powerful enough, that I would have fought Ifitar for the blade as opposed to making that deal. But I think it would have been folly at that time, and I wasn't as mature as I am now.
We will see, won't we? I wish you luck, my child.
Do you still hear Sylvanas?
I haven't heard Sylvanas in a long time.
Do you know if he is restricted like the other gods?
I do not know. It is curious that I have not heard his voice.
Thank you for always pointing me on my next path. You have been a great patron, and I am honored to serve you.
I am honored to be of assistance.
And with that, I'll just kind of let the vine subside on me.
You just feel them kind of continue to grow and wrap around, and just naturally you kind of just lay back on your bed as it's going
Mhm.
over, and they kind of cover you like a blanket, and it you feel like you don't know if it's in your head or just the exhaustion from the fight itself. Like you can almost feel a light heartbeat coming through the vines themselves, and it's warming and comforting to you, and you take a kind of cat nap there for your short rests.
Okay.
So the rest of you come back in. You notice most people have left left the home, your home, It's quiet. The lights are on. You can hear Bryn doing Bryn things. You do see a tabaxi standing there, just kind of coming out of the kitchen. You can see they're chewing on something. Their fur is orange and white. There's a small circular glass on one eye that has a chain that kind of comes down into. They're dressed very, very nicely. Oh, welcome home, masters. And they bow down to you.
I already know who this is, right?
This happened while you're gone, but you, out of
Okay.
character, no.
I knew out of character I know who it is, but well, hi, I'm Quentin. Who are you? You seem to be new around here. You were here last time we were here.
Yes, my name is Mordecai. I was hired by Bren to tend to the greenhouse in the back. Glad to
Well,
make
that's
your
excellent.
acquaintance.
Well, if you need anything, don't be afraid to let us know.
Well, I will say there's quite a lot of work to do to get that in a usable state. I don't know who's been tending your gardens, but there was a lot of oil on the plants.
Not sure who that could be.
Greasy fingerprints?
But I would have to assume that it's just Bren then doing that extra as she has time.
Yes,
she
well,
is always
that
up.
won't be happening anymore.
I'm sure they will thrive in your care.
When you do come back to visit, please remove your footwear. We're going to a more holistic, natural feel in the greenhouse.
I like this guy.
Marslin, you or both of you actually, you'll hear talking. So if you guys want to come out, you can come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll come out.
Okay. You just see this tabaxi there, very proper.
Have you come to spend the night here?
Oh, I live here now. Were my accommodations not proper? Should I leave?
I glance around, making sure, like, checking the looks of other people. Do I know that this person was coming here to live?
No.
Since we made the decision, he wouldn't realize that. Since we made that decision, as a group.
The way we did that, because these were kind of retro things.
Okay.
Because we were catching up to where you guys would be at the for your bastion level.
Fair enough.
I'm just having Bryn handled it
Okay.
and did not say.
Sorry,
a word.
Sorry, Marslin. It seems Bren hired some extra help.
Oh,
Ah.
this is hired help. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
Are you running the storeroom, or are you tending to our greenhouse?
Greenhouse? No.
And the hidden thing where Crow was, that kind of slides open, and you
Mhm.
see this little the gnome come out, got little goggles on, hair in kind of pigtails. That would be me. You talking about the storehouse? Yeah, I was talking to your friend up there. They helped me out. Name's Piper U-Haul.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I work downstairs. There's a mess down there. Did you have something living down there?
Piper U-Haul?
That's my name. Don't wear it out. What are you, Big Blue?
I am Marslin. Nice to meet you.
Mordecai says.
She's quite detestable.
You find her detestable, you would have like the one of the last people we had living in that basement.
Well, I can tell you a lot about the last person laid in this basement. Their diet wasn't real great, and there were like
You're not.
holes in the foundation. I think they were crawling out. Were you keeping somebody down there?
I mean, there was somebody who lived down there. Yes.
Oh, what do we got here? And she walks over to Bishop, just starts knocking. Ding, 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 ding.
Not sure what you're referring to.
You for sale? Or are you just here to help move the crates
You
downstairs?
for sale.
He's one of the masters of the house.
That's pretty nice. You got a whole, like, construct thing to help me move boxes. Let me show you where we can park here in the evening.
If you need assistance, I would be more than happy to help.
Kinda got a mouth on him, doesn't he?
God.
Well, for lack of a better term, he is his own automatron.
Oh, like those ones running around outside. Hey, you bring it in here, we're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
I just pick her up by the cuff and scruff of her collar.
She's like swinging, not getting anywhere, and like kicking and everything. Hey, put me down, you bully! Put me down!
Did you watch Scooby-Doo recently or anything?
Scrappy-doo!
I tell you, this isn't real nice. This isn't how you treat somebody. It's working for you.
Well, Piper, you were kind of rude to him as well. You just jumped to conclusions.
I'll put her back down.
She just kicks your foot. And let that be a lesson to you.
Did she break her toe?
But anyway, for the rest is yes. Working downstairs, there's a lot of cleaning up to do. But I think we're going to be in a good spot. I just find her to be a bit much.
I can understand that, Mordecai.
You'll have to excuse me. I must return to the greenhouse. There's so much to do.
I would just like to say, we just lost
Jeff.
somebody. We lost Jeff. To our new guests, we do have a library on premises, but it is closed except for private tour that I can give you if you so wish. Past tenants have abused library privileges.
If you have any books on botany or general herbal remedies and things, I'd be happy to acquire those from you for some light reading. You know, anything in the 800 to 1,000 page range.
That is light reading indeed. That's basically a children's novel. Do we have any?
Yeah, sure.
If-
you have a whole library.
If we don't, I'm sure that Lamar could
We will
help get
soon.
some.
And Piper looks up at you. Well, lucky for you, I never really learned to read.
I can't say I'm
believe-
terribly surprised.
Are you good at counting, though?
I was gonna say, and you're in charge of purchasing and selling.
It'll be fine.
Oh boy, we're screwed.
Hey, just give her a chance. She could surprise you. Numbers could be her game.
Yep, it's as easy as 137.
We're gonna make so much money.
But I gotta get back to work. You all have a nice. We'll see you at breakfast.
Yep. See you then, Piper.
Goes down.
Enjoy the basement.
The door starts closing. You know, it really smells down here.
Would you like some Biblicor scent?
Doors closed.
The
She can't
door's
hear you
closed.
anymore.
Yeah.
Would anyone be opposed temporarily not charging for house guests while the city is being rebuilt if anyone doesn't have a home?
I am not opposed.
We still have a room that's fully unused, right?
On the second floor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's basically two. Maybe
Yeah.
two.
I have
was
to
like, on the
apologize.
first floor.
I think if you could resend those, I don't think Signal
Yeah.
goes that far back.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think we ever had a chance to put them in the anywhere.
I'll let
But,
Mordecai know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Go.
I just let Mordecai know that I have a few plants from off the continent in my room, and they are more than willing to go in there and take clippings to propagate if they so wish.
I could go outside and mold some earth to create some trenches for makeshift beds.
Are you suggesting we partially bury people?
I was not going to backfill them in.
Letting them sleep in the dirt.
We have some room in the house. I think we'll be okay.
Just trying to be practical.
I appreciate that about that, you Parson, but you literally just told someone to sleep 6 feet under.
I could also go sleep on our ship.
I can only dig 5 feet under, Quentin.
And then you make them dig the last foot. Yeah, if no one has any problems, I want to go talk to Brendan real quick.
I will.
We'll talk to Lamar.
Lomar is not there. You have not seen him today.
Oh, he's not in? Okay.
No, and it's
Probably at
pretty
work.
easy to pretty easy to realize he's doing academy work, fixing up buildings and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Never mind.
That's if he wasn't one of the ones that died with us.
Don't you dare.
I almost did that.
That
Before
would have been so mean.
before we part ways, I did commune with Ferondis, and he cannot feel the presence of the blade. And given what we know of Ifitar, Ferondis was in agreement with yours and my assessment, Bishop, that it is probably on the fire plane.
Yet another plane that we will have to somehow navigate.
I know that if I can get within 500 feet of the blade, I can feel its presence again.
Unfortunately, these planes are huge.
Yes.
But you mentioning the ship, I will take my leave and go and see if it survived the attack. I do suggest we meet at the academy at some point in the morning, as there are numerous questions that need to be answered.
I would say that's something you probably would have thought of while you were out helping folks or whatever.
Okay.
Just to-
Daytime.
if you want, Bishop, it's up to you.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Okay. It's fine. Ship's fine.
I only need half the amount of sleep these guys do anyway.
Okay. All right. Anything else before you all turn in for the night?
I'd up to just letting Brent know for the next couple of days that if people need a place to stay while buildings are being reconstruction from the attack, please don't charge them.
Okay. All right. You all drift off to sleep. Marsland, you sleep really well. So next,
Don't scare me like that.
I'm about to shit my pants.
Like, oh no.
you
feel Ethan calling to you.
He's back.
Have you seen my finger?
You should pull it.
Okay. You all wake up next morning, have your breakfast. People go about their day-to-day things. Anything special you want to do in the morning?
Since I get up before everybody else, knowing that the ship is okay, I will head to the academy right away and help as much as I can, since we knew that they were sending people there for refuge,
Okay, so you're just helping getting people back to their homes.
situated, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, rest of you. Bishop's not around.
Well, he did say that he wanted to go to the academy in the morning, so that's where I would guess he is.
That would make the most sense.
And so I will head that way to meet him.
Marzin,
Okay.
can I grab that bag of holding with that money from yesterday? And if we get a chance, I'll run to the bank to try to congelate it.
He's gonna go to the coin machine.
Conjugate it. Conjugal.
Coinstar 1.0.
Let's go gambling. Ding 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 it.
Coin sword.
Hey, you never know.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give him the bag of holding.
And then we can head to the academy.
Okay, fair enough.
That works for me.
All right. You all head down there. You see Bishop outside of the academy. He's kind of moving some stones around, helping the last bit of people out of the academy to their home, and just kind of looks up and waves at you as you come to the distance and show up.
Any sighting of Drisella as you've been helping?
I have not seen her. It has been very busy here, though.
How is it looking right now?
I mean,
academy?
it's looking better. The academy looks fine.
Okay.
It's obvious, and you're not surprised that the first building that they worked to fix up was the academy.
Good.
You know, I don't think I've ever asked you guys this, but is the academy also in charge of like the political side of things?
No.
Is Drisella the
No.
ruler?
Nope.
There is a castle. We have just never been.
We would know there's some influence, though, right?
Well, she is a district manager.
Yeah, you know she's a district manager for sure.
Yeah.
And what? Each district manager is on the council, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing that, like, I guess you wouldn't know just any is like just the structure here in the town, and you guys have never really brought it up.
We haven't really been in the town.
Yeah, like literally, the number of times that I've slept in my own bed have been less than 10. Like literally since I started the campaign.
All right.
Perhaps after yesterday and us bringing an airship in that is permanently docked here, perhaps it is time that we introduced ourselves to the political units.
Don't believe they have really taken anything we've said seriously until yesterday. To be very honest with you.
That is fair.
Hopefully that will change with this conversation. And I'll head in.
The guards nod at you as you all walk in. So the immediate thing that you notice is where typically there are acolytes and wizards and people floating around the room and into the library looking at stuff, it's pretty empty. I think it's pretty easy to surmise why, um, but it's a different feel than normal. You walk a little deeper in, and you can see Drisk walking toward you. He's got a limp, and you can see his face is just covered in debris. He's got some cuts on his face and different things.
It's
Here.
nice to see you again.
I'm glad you survived the encounter. And as I put my hand on him, I'll use a hand of healing.
Okay. You see him just kind of his eyes close and lifts his head up as some of the pain there goes away.
Thank you, friend. I was just outside the tower when the first hit erupted.
Glad to be able to assist.
What business brings you here?
We must speak with Drisella. It is of great urgency.
She's waiting for you. She's been there since yesterday. She seemed upset.
Do you know what she's upset about?
She didn't speak to anyone when she got here. And I refused to spread rumors.
Very noble of you. I have a feeling it has to do with how yesterday's battle ended, but I suppose we should just go chat with her and see what is on her mind, and we have some questions of our own.
He motions over to the one bookcase you all are quite familiar with.
She's in book 17.
I'll walk up to the book.
And you
Thank
know
you,
how they're
Drisk.
ordered at this point.
Take care of yourself.
Risk.
Yes.
Would it be possible for me to get granted the same access to the academy after our meeting that the rest of the group has?
Unfortunately, Drisella handles that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Stay safe, friends. I fear a lot is about to change. I can taste it in the air.
Why did I just hear Phil Collins?
Oh, God.
And he nods at all of you and walks off.
I will turn to Marsland.
Marsden, you find the book and set it out. Everybody going in?
Yes.
All right. You feel your body whisk its way into the book as you have before and appear in... It seems like you're on the top of a great tower. Glass surrounding you as the dais hangs over the edge. Looking down from the high perch of the tower, the sprawling grandeur of the ancient port city stretches out in every direction. The city is a labyrinth of stone and timber, its narrow streets bustling with life. Below the main thoroughfares are lined with colorful market stalls, their awnings a patchwork of red, blue, and golds fluttering in the sea breeze. The harbor dominates the western edge of the city, a crescent-shaped expanse of deep blue waters that shimmer under the midday sun. Ships of all sizes, from small fishing vessels with patched sails to grand merchant galleons adorned with carved figureheads, glide in and out of the bay. The city walls rise around the outskirts, their ancient stones weathered but still imposing, dotted with watchtowers. To the west lies the sea, an endless expanse of blue. Further out, distant storm clouds loom. Standing in the room, you see Drisella standing there with her back to you, looking out over the city.
Sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
I knew you all would come. What brings you here?
I think we have some important things to discuss. Cutting straight to the chase. Hearing what was said at the end of that battle, I can't imagine what happened could have been easy. But I do believe we all are owed an explanation on why we're just now finding out that your true name is Pora.
As you say her name, her head droops down.
I apologize for my deception. But I hope you understand why discretion is needed, even from here. The Shadowspark name is cursed, and not one that anyone will allow in the service of the city. Whispers may already be making their way to the Queen's ear now. I will likely be put to death for my deception alone.
I
Oh,
do not understand why. Your name is notorious for standing up against your brother and uncle. You were the only one to see this coming.
And she turns around and faces all of you, and you can see her eyes swollen with tears. And there's a seriousness there that hasn't been there before. She's always kind of commanded respect. This is almost intimidating of just how she holds herself.
let me tell you. Long ago, Ethan cursed me and my brother as children. At the time, my family believed it to be a blessing, gifting us unnaturally long life. We had no idea his dark plans and never expected as much. But Ethan knew how to manipulate. And for generations, he would implant himself into the governments of places like Kandor's Keep, Governor's Den, Rashan, and even the Arboreum, disappearing for a generation to hide his face, reappearing under a different name. His whispers would influence his agenda, a long, drawn-out play to impress the god of lies, Sirik. He was seeking to be a minor god in his service. But Sirik is no one easily impressed upon. Ethan worked him as water works a stone in a river. The name Shadowspark became all but a swear word because of the wars. She looks at you, Bishop. The wars. hurt so many. In the end, or what we thought was the end, we lured him into a false meeting and imprisoned him. We locked him away in his own tomb he had built for us, sealed and guarded it to prevent his lust for power. The tomb was designed to slowly sap his power from him. But if he were ever to be released and not dealt with, his powers would grow unchecked. After his awakening, we investigated the tomb to discover if any others were seeking to serve him. You all gave us the information on Caldera, who fled once she was found out. Thanks to you, she's now been detained on Brawl. Her associates, the one found in your now home, and Ulston, have taken their own life, aided by someone on the outside. Council seeks to find out more. You can see
Who?
why I had to hide.
When last I spoke of Ulston, you said he was still in charge of the cemetery district. If he has taken his life, who has been his replacement?
There hasn't been one. It's a seat that's open. You all wouldn't happen to have a name to replace him, would you?
Not currently. I believe we need to find someone that is on our side. I was under the assumption you were not believing some of the things we were saying.
I always believed. From the moment I met all of you, I knew you were different. But I had to be cautious. My apathy is my shield. She walks over to you, Bishop. I knew what you were the moment I saw you. My memories are not that clouded that I don't remember the massacre at Yargish. You don't remember me, do you?
I have had glimpses, but I was damaged after that war. I never lied to you. I am trying to redeem myself for past actions any way I can. I was devastated to see that Ethan had brought back my brethren for the same cruel purposes that we were originally built for.
His power was above so much.
I fear if Fane ever gets off the island, he will do the same.
Yes. Fane. Fane.
I think it is. Oh, Go ahead. Sorry.
Fane was another tale of itself. You see, after we imprisoned and sealed away Aethan, Fane was so corrupt with power and influence from years with Aethan that he was even more bent on finishing Aethan's task. He worked in secret with the lowest of society to garner deals and favors. The difference between Aethan and Fane was that while Aethan was ruthless, he was reckless as well. Fane is something else. Cold, calculating, and intelligent. After slaughtering Smyrna and countless others, he would shift his image to walk among the people. He would revel in their pain and suffering. He would watch it happen. But he was driven with purpose. He was seeking to imprison the avatars of the gods when the people of the land had already lost faith. But he was caught and imprisoned by the martyrs of Tyr and sealed inside the Tower of Das Khaldun. No mortal could enter Das Khaldun, and even ships who attempted to sail there were crushed by a creature of the sea. His bonds were rumored to be made by Tyr himself. That history was lost when Dash fell. If those bonds have broken, Fane will be released upon this modern world, and not even a god could stand his rage.
Do you think he is manipulating Sirik?
I think it's the other way around. With the fall of Aethan, Sirik will seek a new plaything. He's able to release Fane. He'll do whatever it will take.
Is the only way we can stop this with the echoes?
We must do everything we can. Collect the echoes. See if we can find more of the avatars. Believe that to be the next step. If we can restore faith to these lands, then the people can rise up. But she looks down. I'm not sure I'll be able to help you.
If the city comes for you, is there anything we can do to stand up for you, vouch for you, help you like you've helped us?
Would you help someone who came from a line of murderers whose family destroyed cities? Someone who participated in some of that?
We are not our family. I believe your intentions to be good. I don't think you should be imprisoned by your last name because of what your brothers have done.
I appreciate that, Marsland. And she just lightly grabs your chin. You really are learning so much.
There is still the issue with the last pillar that we must take care of as well. But you are the only one we know of that has any information on these echoes, especially the Chronicles. As you know the true nature of them and what your uncle and brother did to manipulate them. I'm assuming you have been working on fixing those books.
We are looking into it. Still need them all so that all the puzzle pieces are collected.
Which means we still need to go to Perrin's Folly. That is going to be difficult. But you were saying something about the Queen granting us certain permissions.
Unfortunately, if the rumors have reached her ears, I don't know how much I'll be able to convince her to do anything.
Does the Queen not owe us a debt for yesterday's services?
Queen does what the Queen wants.
It was us that gathered and came up with a plan for the plague. We have stuck our neck out many times for this city, and the only one that has given us any gratitude has been you.
Oh, Bishop. She walks over to you again. I just hope you can forgive me for what I've done.
I am not the one who needs to forgive you. Like I said, you and I are from a different time. We were both used.
There's
And-
more to that story that you do not know. It was hidden from you.
I just go quiet.
You remember the massacre. You remember Yargish.
I remember bits and pieces. I remember blood on my hands. I remember you defending the city.
See, Fane discovered that one of the ley lines rests under Yargish. He'd been researching books in the Great Library in Smyrna before the final stand. It was him who employed in secret a master artificer named Gaz to create an army. That much you knew. Using magic he had discovered, he was able to reproduce the warriors in mass. Something funded by our uncle. Overnight, he had armies around Phrasia, hidden in chambers that could be called up, which is what we believe Ethan was able to do. That was loud. What he could not reproduce was the protector line of Automa. Gaz had embedded something special in that line that allowed thought, though bound by orders. And those orders included slaughtering innocents. Many of you malfunctioned on the battlefield. After we drove them back at Yargish, we collected the protectors that didn't fall. Bishop, we collected you. And we buried you. To be honest, we wanted the ability to use the technology for good if we needed it. But we didn't know how. And Gaz had disappeared. So we buried the protectors near ley lines in hope that we never needed them. From your aura of who you've become, we didn't expect that some of this ley line magic seeped into you. This is why there are pieces that are missing in your memory. This is why you don't remember. Not even my face. What I fear and what I've sensed is that the magic in you is growing unstable. Whatever Gaz used to give you life threatens to take it from you. It could be 100 years, it could be 1,000. But I don't know. And I'm not sure anyone knows now. On one hand, I wish we would have destroyed you all. But then we wouldn't have you here with us now. I must have done something right. Tell me I did something right. She just kind of breaks down.
I was with Gaz as he finally received rest. I was able to break Fane's curse on him. He said there was something about me that weren't in the other protectors.
I don't know. I wasn't aware of how you were made.
Maybe I have some sort of access code to the other protectors. It was his intent for us to lead his army and turn them on Ethan and Fane.
Find them. Let's hope you're right. She turns back.
Do you know how many there are in Dusk Khaldun?
What do you mean?
I heard rumblings of a dark army in Dusk Khaldun. And after seeing what?
It wouldn't have made sense for us to put the machines near Fane. Not with the control he had over them. The powers in Dusk Khaldun. Not of this world.
So whatever the army there is not like Bishop.
If they were, it would be recent. We didn't put them there.
Is there any way to unlock the lost memories I have?
I'm afraid, without careful study, there's no way for us to get them. It was not intentional. We didn't understand the ley lines then, and we don't fully understand them now.
You're saying with one of the greatest academies that of science and knowledge that has existed, we can't study these last memories of Bishop.
Always the optimist. Even when you yourself has lost everything.
Always
With-
must be moving forward.
With the resurgence and the rebirth of the Great Library, I'm not saying we don't have the information.
Is
There's a
that
lot of-
somewhere you can safely lay low at?
I will not hide. If our queen seeks to punish me for something I had no choice in, I will accept my fate. And she looks back at Marsland. Marsland, what that means for you, I may not be running the academy anymore. I'm not sure what that will mean for your progression or your
That's
future.
okay. I accept. I will step in.
Well, that's adorable. That's not a choice I or you can make.
Who can we go to? You've been unbelievably helpful through this our entire journey.
I don't know. My fate is not mine to decide. But I have ran long enough. If for some reason I survive this, I will survive this as poor a Shadowspark, not Drisella.
I wish to speak to the queen on your behalf.
One may only speak to the queen by a summons. You can't just walk in, especially now.
Understood. But you must have at least enough pull to get my letter to the queen to request an audience.
At this point, I'm no better than Caldera to them.
I'm curious as to what you would even say, Justinian, as this is only a handful of times you've even met Drisella.
I would say that being someone that did not trust Drusilla the first time he met her and did not trust her every time he has stood in her presence since, that now that she gets to live as who she truly is and not hide, that I trust her implicitly, and that if anything that we have done for this city, for this continent, means anything to the queen, that the only thing I ask for is for her pardon. That is what I would ask for. And that is what I would say. We have cured a plague. We have risked our lives to put avatars back in seats of power. I have sacrificed my own personal quest for the good of others in this city and on this plane of existence. And I do not want one person who has done a lifetime of good to be punished for the actions of themselves when they were young and under the control of someone that is as evil as Ethan. And if one person, whether that be me or someone more well-spoken than me, does not stand out and try to say the right thing to the queen, then I feel like we are not the heroes that we have tried to be since I have joined this group. If she is put to death because of our inaction, what have we been doing this all for?
It brings a tear to my eye, Justinian, that you would have such a change in tune after some admittedly tense discussions about the information we turned over and the help we were receiving.
She watched me fight her uncle and saved my life and this city. She has earned my trust.
I too do not want to stand idly by. I will gladly stand in front of the queen and back you, Drisella. Back you, Pora.
Priscilla was the lie. Pora is the truth. And I will stand for the truth.
I'm never let down by the words of the light unsparkers. Truly are the light in a dark world. And if this is our last meeting, then I do hope for the best for all of you. She looks at all of you. If everything is taken away, you all have each other. You'll always have each other. And she kneels down to Quentin. Quentin, I'm glad I got to know you. While we may have different systems of what we believe in, I find our conversations pleasant. Though I don't feel you should send me any more messages.
I mean, I've always enjoyed talking to you as well. And if you don't want me to do that anymore, I have no problem with your wishes.
For now. Keep your faith. I know it's been a struggle at times. But keep each other safe. She stands up. Marslin, I hope that one day you do run the academy. I hope that is your dream and that you become powerful enough to raise Rashan from the sea. Don't let that vision fade. Let that be your goal.
I appreciate your vote of confidence. I won't let all you have done for us go lightly.
She walks over to Justinian. Oh, you are young. You have the heart of an old man, caring and in the right spot. Don't let that fade. Don't be blinded by anything but what is best for this world and this family. Wish you the best, my green-skinned friend.
She walks over to Bishop. I hope you find what you seek. And again, I'm sorry. She comes over to Anaximander. I know you are new here and have your own thoughts. See what's emblazoned here. And she places a hand on your symbol of tear on your chest. Let him guide you. I think deep down, you know where your place is. She steps back from all of you. This may be your final chance. What can I do for you?
Is there any parting wisdom you can give to us in tracking down the echoes or the remaining or any more of the
Avatars.
thank you.
Yep.
I've given you what I can give you right now.
Who should we go to next? If not you, who?
We will talk, Marsden. There's one last bit that I must talk to you about before we go.
Fight your battle. Fight your battle, and then I will see you on the battlefront again. It was a pleasure to serve with you. I will see you soon.
I appreciate your optimism. If you all will excuse me and Marsland, will take my leave to turn myself in. Stay safe, light unsparkers.
I'll take a knee. I will pledge my services to end what your family has started.
She nods at you. Thank you, Bishop. You, even if it is only you, are the pinnacle of what we wanted to do to make things right.
I will get up and I will go out back out the book.
Okay?
I will step up to her and I am going to try to find a way to speak to the Queen as soon as possible. I never really cared for Drisella, but Horace Shadowspark is somebody that I am going to stand behind in any way that I can. And then with that, I will bow.
She nods at you. Thank you. I am lucky to call you friend.
And I will stand up and I will walk out of the book.
Okay. So we got Gwenton and the other Marsland and Anaximander that are left.
Cora, this won't be the last time we meet. And then I'll walk out of the book.
Quentin has so much decorum.
So much.
You can hear as you're walking away just a light chuckle, like she understands. Her eyes turn towards Anaximander.
Hand across the chest. I will serve as I have always served. And bow and then exit.
Okay. Marsland,
Cora,
with the last bit of what I can do, let me do this. You have served the Academy well, and with that I promote you to Archwizard. You should now have access to the 4th floor of the Academy. Please use responsibly.
what does the 4th floor come with?
I don't want to spoil it.
Fair enough. I appreciate this. This is maybe not the parting gift that I would have most wanted in the circumstances, but it still does mean a lot.
She reaches out, and you can see the symbol on you start glowing and changes, adds more symbols, and it starts to actually like moving up your arm like a tattoo.
I look down in amazement.
She reaches out. I didn't want to speak in front of all of them. I don't want to scare them. But it is imperative that you find the echoes of redemption after you finish whatever task you've been a part of. Know that if they are real, they will need to be purified in the ley line fonts that you found. I believe you found one?
We did, yes.
We will need to research which ley lines belong to each echo. This will take time. This will also seal the ley lines from further corruption.
There are 5 ley lines we should be searching out.
Yes. This is a critical task, Marsland.
You don't happen to have any guiding information on that, do you? On where those might be?
I knew you would ask. I've sent Glav to the Great Library to study. Next time you run into him, he should have more information. But do give him some time. He's recovering slowly from his vice.
I'll make sure to give him a few hours.
I may miss your humor most of all.
I have been trying to get better at it. It's a difficult art.
You have grown so much, Marsland. From someone who would choose books over their friends to friends over their books.
I appreciate it. All that you have done for us will not go forgotten. I promise that. Myself and the Light Unsparkers will do everything we can to restore good to the name of the Shadowsparks.
I appreciate it. She walks over to the glass bubble, looking out toward the sea as the sun slowly begins to set. I will truly miss our times together.
I will choose to believe that this is not the last time we will meet. I look forward to the next time, whether in this life or another.
When you feel the last shimmer of sunlight on your face as the sun sets, I hope it reminds you of me.
Make sure it does.
She just stands there quietly at the glass, looking out.
Till next time, Pora. I'll bow and turn around towards the exit.
All right. You all are standing in the library there or area. Marston puts the book away. What would you like to do now?
Go into a corner and cry in despair.
That is an option.
Go cry on the 4th floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the 4th floor.
Okay. What is the rest of you doing?
Watching him go upstairs that we can't go to.
Yeah.
Just look around and like, where's he going?
I can't bring visitors, can I?
Nope.
I will be right back. I need to check this out before we leave.
So, Drisk, how was your day?
Yeah, Driscoll's not there.
Hear a faint hiss down the hall.
Was there anything in particular anyone wanted to do while he's doing this?
Got hit with a lot, but I can't really do anything about it.
Okay. All right. As you head up to the 4th floor, you walk inside the room, and this is a large personal study room. There are blank sheets of paper, infinite supplies of different styles of inks, quills, study books on scribing spells into scrolls. You basically have an unlimited supply of things to create scrolls for yourself or to scribe new spells, where you don't have to worry about buying the components of the ink and things.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna go over. There's like a display of quills or something.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Right. I'm going to put mine down and pick one of those up and try it out.
You have had quills for a long time, and this one, it's just perfect. It was like it was crafted by some master from a bird's quill, or it's the perfect weight. It balances well. It's beautiful.
I think you are my new quill friend. Is this like my room? Like, I can leave stuff here. It will stay there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
your place.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take just a quick look around, but don't want to keep everybody waiting. So, pick that quill up, take a look, and then there's nothing. Nothing else. That's the room.
Yep, that's what it
Okay.
is. There's one window letting some natural light in. Other than that, there's magical sconces and things for when it gets dark.
Cool. I'll head back down to the lobby where everybody else is.
They're just standing there waiting on you. It's been like half hour, 45 minutes or so.
The
Can't hear you,
meeting.
Jeff.
I was not waiting around for him. I was
Okay,
looking for
okay.
Drisk, and if Drisk could give me any sort of audience with the Queen, and I'm going to go try to save poor Shadowspark.
Drisk, you found Drisk. He has no authority to do that.
Okay, off to, I believe his name is Essek then, from the Beggars Market. He's in control of that, correct?
Yeah, he's the district manager of the Beggars Market. Yep.
All right. I'm going to go try to find a district manager that can get me an audience with the queen.
Okay.
I'm
you-
gonna start. I'm gonna start there, Bishop Quentin. If you guys can try to get me anybody that you know in town that can get me an audience with her, or us if you want to stand with me, but I can't let her die without trying.
I know absolutely no one in this town other than the Beggar's Mark and the Academy.
Quentin,
I'll think of something, and I'm just gonna walk out.
okay. I'm heading to Essex then. That's where I'm going. If anybody wants to go with me.
Who are you saying, by the way?
Isn't it
I
Essex?
think
Isn't that his name?
It's Restus.
Restus. Okay.
Close.
Restus.
You're good. I was like, I
Yeah,
don't know
no,
who's it
you're
is.
right, yeah. All right, so I'm off to Restus.
Rest of you.
Was anybody waiting?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not,
I'm still there.
I've not gone anywhere.
We're usually escorted around here anyway. Those of us who don't have access.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just for your information, Anaximander, I tried to bring that up earlier, and the one person that can grant access is heading towards the chopping block, so.
They could have asked when we were down there, I guess.
Well, finding out she was dying was more imperative to me.
By the way,
Right.
Since you're not going to be doing much later.
Can I have your stuff when you're gone?
Right. That's what it kind of feels like Marcelin's doing right now. Like,
Sounds like fanboy.
can I be your successor?
you literally said that at one point.
I had to. So who am I greeting when I come back down?
Bishop, Annex. I think Gwen left.
Mhm.
So
Well, that was quite an upgrade. At the end there, Pora gave me access to a private study where I basically have full access to all the materials I need to make spell scrolls. That could come in quite handy.
Glad for you.
Yes. I've never seen you use a scroll.
Well, they've been quite unruly up to this point.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Where did the other two go?
Justinian left to try and free Pora, and Gwynton
Walked out.
walked out. Yes.
Anyway, see ya. I might go and try and help Justinian in his efforts.
Rest of you.
Pora did this of her own accord. She chose to turn herself in. And if that is her choice, then I say let her go on with it. And hopefully, justice will be served. And we don't know all of the actions that happened many, many, many years ago.
It certainly is only a matter of time, though, until they would come after her after what happened there. I think she is just trying to gain good favor if there was any left to get.
I believe we have a greater priority here, and that is stopping the end of the world.
Correct. Not only do we need to take care of the last pillar, we know at least the last location of another Shadowspark book, and we need to get it.
We also need to figure out how to get to these echoes and return.
Yes, and Pora's been instrumental in helping us get to this point and understand what we need to do. I'm struggling to understand how we'll get those answers in the future.
Well,
We
Marsland,
also
you are in an academy with a lot of wizards right now.
Yes.
each one that has the same admiration of Pora as you do. That has to count for something.
Yes, I don't mean this in any derogatory fashion, but maybe we should use some of our clout after saving the city and from the time that you've spent here at the academy to see if they can do some research to assist with getting us, at the very least, to those planes of existence where the echoes reside.
Now, Glav is researching that. I will have to search him down and see what he has been able to find out so far.
We will probably need to collect the Shadowspark Chronicles that we have brought here as well.
Have any of you read any of these tomes yet?
I believe Marsland has.
Yeah, I think I've read all of them.
Is it all of
No,
them?
you've only read one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Could have sworn I've read every one. There hasn't been an important book that I've picked up that I haven't read.
Some of these were turned in faster than you could get to them.
Were the ones that I didn't have possession over?
I believe I had one.
Bishop has read one. He read Mechanical Machinations. That's what allowed him to summon a tiny servant.
I could have sworn I read that one.
And you read Mastery Over the Elements. That's where Aaron came from.
Well, regardless of the ones that we have read, we should gather them up and study them and gather the remaining books, as Bishop has said. So, where are the remainder of the books? One is on an island where we are no longer, or you guys are no longer wanted. Correct?
That is correct. Parents' Folly.
Parents' Folly. And
I do not believe we know the location of the last two.
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything else that we can do here at the academy?
Not that I am aware.
Justinian mentioned a missing sword piece. Can anyone here help in finding its location?
We talked about that earlier while you were offline.
Oh, I thought you just spoke with Ferrandis.
I did.
Okay.
And he told me that he believes it's in the fire plane.
Okay. Did you tell anybody else?
I
Yeah,
did. I told you, all of you. Yep.
Cool. Thanks.
Yep. Not a problem.
So I will head to Drisk. Or
Okay.
at least to where his lab is.
Yeah, you can go look for him. Marsland, where are you going? You said you were going to go help Justinian?
Yep.
Okay. An axe, where are you going?
I'm gonna stick with Bishop.
All right. What are you looking for with Drisk?
To see about collecting the books that were turned in.
Okay, so he didn't know about the books. Just for sheer sign, because they were handed to Drisella and she did not say. So she has them.
Okay. And when I brought it up to her, she didn't say that.
Right.
When you brought what up to it?
The books.
That we need the books back.
When did you say? Did I miss that?
When we were talking about how we needed to collect all the echoes, Bishop said including the Shadowspark Chronicles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And she didn't say anything. Yeah.
They
No.
magically appear on the 4th floor.
No, I thought you were referring to the ones you did not have yet for the collection.
No, when she was saying she probably wouldn't be able to help us anymore, I was like, okay, we need the echoes, which includes the ones that we turned in.
Okay. Didn't know that's what you were insinuating.
Sorry.
Yep, I was on the other side of it. No problem. That's not going to be a problem. Those are your guys'.
Okay. My bag of holding just got heavier.
No,
Weird.
I'll figure a way for this to happen.
Okay, well that's the only thing I was
Okay,
doing.
no problem.
So then I was gonna probably head back to the house.
Just use sending and communicate with Drisella again. Hey, by the way, where are those books at?
Or just go back to book 17. It might still be there.
I know you're in that book right over there, but we figured you needed some alone time.
Hate
First
to
class
bother you
mail.
again.
At least it's not ascending at 2 a.m.
All right, Justinian, since you are off by yourself, offhand, how many times have you interacted with Restus?
Twice. When he hired me for the job of cleaning out the worm pit, and when we got done with the worm pit.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then one time we interacted on the street after that. But yes,
Okay.
the worm pit is what I mostly know him for.
Just so we don't get by the night without rolling too many dice, go ahead and roll a D100 and let's see your likelihood of finding him after all these events and everything going on.
Yep, you got it.
He's dead too.
Well, I hope not, because I'm about to make a deal after telling Ferrandis that I don't make deals anymore.
You've already done that.
Okay.
75.
Okay. You get into Beggar's Market. You do see him. He's kind of helping some people there. After you can tell, like, there was a lot of destruction out here in Beggar's Market because outside the city walls, they just were getting their stuff pushed in here. So it's pretty rough, and you can see he's extremely busy with getting things organized.
Absolutely. Restus,
Sorry. Yes.
I apologize for interrupting you. I know that everything is hectic and busy.
Very.
I need your help, but I am willing to make it worth your while.
Well, do you have a broom?
No, and I look over for the closest broken thing, and I just cast mending on it.
Okay, it mends a stall piece back together.
Right. I am willing to help you as much as possible. You obviously heard that Drisella helped Bishop, Quentin, Marsland, I, and an Anaximander battle Athan outside of the city walls.
I heard there was a significant fight outside the walls, yes. Was she involved?
She was. And some of the actions that she took brought items to light, and she is turning herself over to the queen.
Oh, do you mean the deaths of some of her patrons of the academy that happened outside those gates?
Among other things, I am asking you for help in speaking to the queen on Drisella's behalf.
In return for what?
I am hoping that my help with the city, with this battle, and with finding the cure for the continent, I may ask the queen of a favor in sparing Drisella.
So you want to ask for 2 favors?
No, if you can give me the introduction,
1 favor?
I will give you all of the gold that I have. I will pledge that whenever I'm in town, I will continuously give you half of the gold that I keep for myself. And I will also try to speak with the queen after asking her for the favor of the pardon of Drisella. I will also give her whoever you recommend to be the district manager for the cemetery portion of the city. Whether that be you or an ally of yours.
And do you come from money?
I do not.
And would you find yourself particularly rich?
On occasion, I have been known to find a lot more gold than the 10 that you originally paid me.
Oh, I'm sure. Busy work still pays.
Absolutely. And
All
I will
right.
pull out all 37 gold that I have on me.
Is this a tip?
Yes. For taking the time to speak with me, whether you give me an introduction to the queen or not, this is yours. And I hand it to him.
He takes it and kind of flips it over in his hand, the weight of it, and you see him kind of hand it back to someone else.
Make sure that gets distributed to the people of Beggar's Market. A donation from the... What is it again? The Light Unsparkers?
No.
No?
No. This is just from Justinian Brander.
Oh, my apologies. A donation from Justinian Brandon. Now, Justinian, you say half of what you get. Are you in the habit of adventuring places? What kind of consistency? You're asking for quite some time of quite a favor.
I am asking for quite a favor. I have rested my head on my pillow in our home only 8 nights or less since I last encountered you.
Well, then this sounds like a horrible deal. That's not consistent income.
Well, all I can offer you is half of what I keep. And the favor of making your recommendation for who you would want
How
as the
about
district manager.
half of the Light Unsparkers take? when you come back to town.
That is not mine to
sounds
give.
more fair. Because what if you keep yourself intentionally poor? That doesn't benefit me.
It's not mine to give. And I won't put the party into a position where they have to answer for how I conduct business. I imagine you wouldn't put your people at risk for things that you did not discuss with them.
No, but imagine if I got you an audience with the Queen and there was an assassination attempt and at my hand for speaking up for you, and my only justification is half of whatever you take, which if you take nothing means I get nothing. Do you see how this much doesn't work out for me very well?
I do. I understand. But I am appealing to and asking for your good nature and your trust.
I understand that. Well, I'll have to say, I would need to think on this one, as I stated.
That is fair. You know my address, and I appreciate the consideration.
That I do. And I would say at this point, Marsland, you've caught up and you see Justinian talking to Restus.
What have I missed?
Restus is going to think about giving me an introduction with the Queen so that I may speak on Drusilla's behalf.
I've become to try and ask for the same thing, Restus. I don't know what Justinian has already said, but
You can
Well-
agree to the same deal. I'm fully open to further negotiation.
I have offered him half of any money that I make while out adventuring. And
definitely.
yes, is Drusilla's life not worth that?
I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
And I've also offered to also speak to the Queen on Restus's recommendation for who should be put in charge of the cemetery district.
That sounds like quite an offer. What's the hesitation, Restus?
Oh, since you arrived, I had some concerns, but if you're throwing their hat into the pot as well, I might be
If I throw my
further-
hat into the pot as well, can you guarantee us an audience?
I'm sure it can be arranged.
Let's make it happen.
Well, I wouldn't be a tiefling without skills. And he brings his hand down, and you see a scroll appear. And you see a pen just start writing out the terms that were laid out. If you all will sign right here, we'll have ourselves a deal.
I read it out and it says half of what I make personally
Till
And
the
it-
end of your days.
to the end of my days. Absolutely.
And all the stuff of which means dead, gone, all that,
Right?
It's very
Yep.
thorough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. And I sign it.
And your signature, Moslin?
Out of character. This feels like a crap deal. Anyway.
It absolutely is a crap deal. Especially for a wizard who needs money.
Money and items, because guess what? Part of what you make is money or is items.
No, I said half of the gold that I make. And I'm going to more than honor that deal.
I'd like to add a clause of for the next 2 years on this.
I'm afraid one part of the contract has already been signed. Are you taking it back?
Simple modification for my half.
A deal was a deal.
I'll take out my coal then. The dang it, I left the crap quill.
You did.
And sign it.
Okay. After you sign it, you can see the signatures kind of emblazon and burn into the parchment, and he comes over there, and you see him cut part of his thumb, and he puts a thumbprint on there, and then writes his name in his own blood. And you see it just kind of soak into the document before it rolls up, and he grabs it, shoves it into a pocket on his side. I will request the audience first thing in the morning.
Thank you.
No, thank both of you.
I look forward to your district getting richer by the day.
As do I.
The rest of you are heading back home.
We're certainly not making deals with Satan.
Right.
Yeah, we're heading back home.
We're back to the house. Yep.
Okay, hold on. As you arrive at the home, there's it looks like a paper bird had landed at your door.
I will pick it up.
Okay, this is what's inside.
I'll turn to Annex. It seems we have been summoned by the Queen.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's session to be picked up next week.
Of course. Of course.
It was right there.
Guys, man.
It was written yesterday. It was
Jumping the gun.
Okay, like, come on. Every time I try to do something altruistic and heroic, it bites me in the ass.
I
Like,
Bishop told
appreciate
you. Bishop told you.
I appreciate
what did Bishop
the-
tell me and when? Like, what did
When
Bishop
we were
tell
in
me?
the room, he told you to chill the fuck out.
Okay, we'll watch it on the replay, but like, still, like,
You got 4 other people that were here.
okay, I do not remember Bishop saying that to me. But either way, like, I mean, I'm still role playing a character that's about to watch somebody die that just like
No, I think
Big
that's
city, like-
fine. And you are doing something good. I mean, you're helping the people of Beggars Market there, which is great.
like, I mean, I'm still role playing.
Oh, an Axamander spends a lot of time there doing various things. But it was there, yeah. So, thanks everybody. Sorry, I had to I was trying to make it as difficult as possible. You were really going in at that.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's getting ready to turn herself in and she's gonna die. Like,
yeah, I know.
Right.
I know. No problem with it at all.
right.
Thanks everyone for coming out. Let's see who's going tonight. and we'll send a raid over to them. We will be here Wednesday for our reindeer hunting. I got to figure out which map is best. Make sure I have it. For one, I should have most of them. Why am I looking there? And let's see here. Yep. All right. Thanks, Biped Tuna. What a name. what, what a name.
Bipedal tuna. It's
Yeah.
a tuna with legs.
That's great.
Nice.
That's great.
Well deserved.
All right. Thank you all for coming out. And until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon. Take care, everyone.
In the shadows of the night, where demons haunt and fright, everyone stands afraid to fight against the evil. But there are those that stand alone against the evil and the crone.